Greetings, guys. In this video, I'm going to take you guys through how we can crop images using ZYNG AI and do that in multiple different ways. Whether it is body aware cropping, focusing on the subject, creating zoom in images, or whether it is about extending backgrounds and fitting the object specifically in certain dimensions. So, let's say the first thing that I'm going to run you through is body aware cropping. So, we're going to crop by body part. As soon as we open it, we're actually able to see like the human skeleton in terms of what specific body part I want to crop from. So let's say I want to crop from the right knee, and I don't want any horizontal cropping. I want to crop from the bottom. I can also set padding accordingly. Let's say that I want the padding to there to be some horizontal padding in that case. Now, I also want there to be some vertical padding. So as soon as I shift the vertical padding, you are able to see how I'm able to crop it as well. So that gives me awareness of how much exact area do I want to crop. And let's say if I set these all to 0 again, then it comes back to its original position. And then the same thing works with different specific points in the body, whether it is the hip or whether it is the elbow. And that allows us to get like a body aware cropping. Now, in the same way, I'm going to show you how we can do subject focus. Now, this is basically used when we want to kind of zoom in into the image. So let's say I want to make this image into 1,000 by 1,000, for example. So then it is going to identify the core subject and then kind of get into what it should focus on in the image. It automatically zooms in into the image and gets us that required dimension and aspect ratio. Now, again, you can run a batch process, you can upload a whole range of images. I'm going to quickly go to my trial images, and here, let's say I'm going to select a bunch of random images, for example, and start the batch process. All of those images were in varying aspect ratios. Now I wanted to create like a consistent zoom in, and here we have all the outputs ready as well. So, whatever the core subject was, it is kind of zooming in well and framing it accordingly, keeping all the dimensions that we had requested in that case. So, the same thing that we did with this can also work with crop body part in detail. And then the other thing would be subject driven generative fill. Now, this is when we want to kind of extend the backgrounds and create a lot more. Space within the image. So let's say I want a completely different aspect ratio for this one. I'm going to select the top margin to be 10, bottom margin, left and right margin. So this shows you kind of the placement of your core subject. And once you run, it's going to go ahead, identify the core subject, and generate and extend the backgrounds as well. So we've been able to kind of crop by body part, we've been able to zoom in, we've been able to kind of extend the background, which in this case would be like a zoom out. And putting all of these together, you can create multiple different workflows as well. And let's say I'm going to quickly take you guys through it once more. I'm going to quickly download this image, and we are going to go through crop body part again. So when we go to crop body part, let's say I want to crop from the left hip and I want to crop from the bottom, and no cropping here. So I can select my parameters, and the same way as I've been able to crop here, I can run batch process. I can upload some images where I have all of these images and again batch process them. So this image is something that I'm going to download, and the last one was subject focus. So you were kind of able to do all of this at bulk and have awareness overall while you're editing these images this should make the process a lot more seamless and a lot more adaptive to what you are trying to do. So you could also be using subject focus along with this to crop from a body part and then focus on a certain part to enrich and get very high quality images there as well. Thank you.